opportunity to give a thought or two to those who are starting their business. I noticed I was strictly marketing originally. And then over time, I noticed there were needs for other things, and I had a passion that was growing for other things. And so I kind of morphed and followed the flow of the river. The point is to remain open and to continue studying your industry to understand where the changes are coming and how you can take advantage of that. Wow. It could open up a whole world for you. And of course, that is what AI did for me.
Hola, and welcome to the interview series Dare to Start. My name is Alina, and for 30 days, I've been interviewing brave men and women who have dared to start, something that perhaps it felt scary at the beginning, but they grew the courage to do it. And the goal is to show you that every big goal that you accomplish is because you dared to give that first step. So today, I am extremely happy to reconnect to a person who actually inspired me to get into the marketing field. I met her over 10 years ago, and she was gracious enough to reconnect with me again. And her name is Jackie Calle. Jackie, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Alina.
This is so exciting to actually interview somebody that has inspired me, is ahead of me, is doing amazing things in marketing. And specifically, we're going to talk about her journey starting her own company, JCN Marketing Consulting. She is a professional trainer. She is a small business consultant, and she's going to tell us all about it. But I want her to tell us more about herself. So Jackie, the first quick question, can you give us a brief introduction about who you are?
Thank you. Yes, of course. My name is Jackie. It's such a pleasure to be here and to accompany you in this wonderful opportunity to give a thought or two to those who are starting their business. I am originally from Costa Rica and Bolivia. Mother from Costa Rica, father from Bolivia. But I've lived in the United States for many years. And overall, I am one of those, my name is Jackie, and they call me Jackie of all trades, because I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit. And so, although I did start with a marketing business, because that was my background, I have morphed into different roles over time, such as professional training, training and development. I've been in the healthcare industry and in so many different things, especially that of consulting for small businesses and entrepreneurs. So that in a nutshell is kind of who I am. And I love to see people accomplish their goals and achieve their dreams.
Thank you. Thank you so much for putting your heart and expertise and talent into guiding small businesses to accomplish your dreams. That is definitely needed. And I'm curious to know how you started the company and what was like the first moment that you said, I'm going to do this, and how was that journey?
Sure. So I had worked my way. So after I received my bachelor's degree, from the University of Massachusetts, I pretty much started working in public relations, then in full-fledged marketing. Then I started doing regional marketing for, within like food and beverage industry, all of it in various industries, hospitality, food and beverage, and so forth. And eventually I got into the national marketing, if you will, and outreach. Then eventually into international marketing. And then I said, all right, now I have a child and I'd like to have a more flexible schedule, or at least one that I can direct a little more. And so I decided to start my own business. And before doing that, I wanted to have a little extra training. So I got some extra training. I personally wanted something very specific in marketing and management and so forth. And then I started my own business. So that what really, I think, gave me the most of the motivation to get started on my own business was the fact that now I did have a child, and I mean it was part of the plan, if you will, but uh, definitely I saw the need because I wanted to be present in her life a little more, and that's when I decided to take off. Mhm.
Interesting. We have so much in common because one of the reasons why I also started my own business was because I wanted to be present whenever I was going to have a baby. And then now I have one. So you see, we have tons of things in common. So I didn't know that was the real reason why.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I have a question about that because a lot of women, especially that maybe are thinking, man, I would like to start a business as well. I want to become a mom, or I'm already a mom and I have experience in my industry and I want to make that step. But perhaps they don't know how to get there, or they just want a little bit of guidance. What would you tell these people?
So, because I have my own business and because I'm also a small business slash entrepreneur and micropreneur consultant, I would say, of course, the first thing to do is study as much as possible your area of focus. So, for example, if you really enjoy, you have, you're making jewelry or you're doing something in particular that you really enjoy and you kind of want to turn that hobby into a business, or you have a background in a certain area, certain industry or something, you want to start becoming, say, a provider of services, study that area as much as possible. Try to understand, what are the opportunities within it? What are the threats? What are the barriers to entry? And then, there's a lot of different areas to look at before you start your business. But the most important thing is do your homework. Don't jump in. I mean, also you might want to start just part-time and then eventually get in there. And once you see that you've got a couple of clients and so forth, you can let go of your full-time job. That's another thing. But doing things like, the AAA system that Alina has, it really helps, to kind of get a glimpse. Alina has a background with economic development organization called, and that's where we met. Anyway, it's called Prospera. So that type of an organization will give you some tips and hints on how to get your business started legally, financially, et cetera, et cetera. But Alina's course is great. I mean, I'm not here to promote Alina's course, but I've been looking at it and I love it. So I have to say it's a combination of, trying to understand the industry very well and how to start the business. So get the homework done and then take solid steps towards your goal.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, thank you for that. And look, I did not tell her to put a little bit of flavor and love into the AAA system. But yeah, I mean, honestly, the idea is for us, like, we have to help. Las mujeres tenemos que ayudarnos y apoyarnos. And I feel like these days there is so much information that sometimes it can be overwhelming. And like, you don't even know who to follow. So that's why when I was thinking about this interview, I immediately thought of Jackie because, like she said, we made a Prospera, which is a nonprofit that has been serving the community for a very long time. And I trust her. I value all the work that she does. And then in this world that is overcrowded with information, that people still want to reach out, still want to look for help, but they don't know who to go to. That's why I kind of curated this list of 30 people that I value. And that's why I'm so happy that you're here, like I said at the beginning.
Thank you. Yes. Me encanta, me encanta.
Amazing. Okay, so I think JCN, if you correct me if I'm wrong, but you have been in business for over 11 years or so?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So, of course, now you passed the 5-year mark, which for a lot of people, they know that is the hardest portion of your business to really pass and survive sometimes, because
Exactly.
the market could be complicated. So now you are over their home, you are growing, you have expanded your services. So here, I I want to ask you something a little bit more personal, if you're willing to share, because
Mhm.
sure, everything sounds really nice now, and you have clients everywhere, and I love all the projects that you're involved. But I just wonder, throughout all your journey, hasn't been any obstacles, challenges, anything that you're like, am I in the right track? Why did I do this? And if you did encounter those challenges, what you did to pass them and learn from them?
All right. Those are actually, wow, that's a great question because it does happen. Just like you would, for example, say if you get a degree in in any type of field, you might find that you'll get started with something, but then you'll see how the needs of the market are changing in time, and because of the new trends, new technologies, et cetera, et cetera. And so what you do, I mean, and at least in my case, what I did was I pivoted slightly, and because I had a breadth of knowledge. And I guess I've always been sort of like that, like I said, Jackie of all trades. And so as working within a particular project, for example, in marketing with a client, and then understanding about a particular void that they had for a provider of training services to their sales department, for example, well, then all of a sudden I got myself into training, and next thing I knew, I was a little bit into business analysis and, sort of like for the city, for example, they needed they have some grants and they needed to qualify individuals. So then I shifted into that because I had a breadth of knowledge and that I acquired over time. So, but in my case, it's because I am not hyper specialized. Some people might be, but then they'll notice that there are some changes in the industry, and then you decide, well, do I want to go within this branch of the industry, or do I want to go to the other branch? And you'll see it. And the point is to remain open and to continue studying your industry to understand where the changes are coming and how you can take advantage of that, and become, if you're within a service industry, in other words, if you are providing a service versus a product, then you understand how you can modify your services to amplify and basically the various projects or services themselves that you can offer. So that's what happened to me. I noticed I was strictly marketing originally. And then over time, I noticed there were needs for other things, and I had a passion that was growing for other things. And so I kind of morphed and followed the flow of the river, if you will. And that's really been helpful for me.
Follow the flow of the river. I absolutely love that. And just right here, you gave us a whole bunch of great pieces of information. Remain open, continue studying, amplified and modified your services to meet the market needs. Follow the flow of the river. I absolutely love it. And I think that's something that you hear a lot. And I think I can sum all this as part of who you are as a professional and as a person. And you're flexible, which is extremely needed. It has always been needed, and today even more has been needed. And I agree with you with everything that you are talking about. But sometimes when I see with my students is that they know the importance of being flexible. They know the importance of remaining open, but maybe there is not that easy for them to actually act on it and be flexible. So here is like one of the favorite parts of this interview for me, which is the teaching moment. So
Mhm.
if you have to pick just one lesson that you would like to provide everybody that is watching this interview about being flexible, about following the flow that the river is going, about just being open-minded, what lesson, advice, teaching would you give to them?
Well, I think that the most important lesson is keep your ears and eyes open and your mind together with it just as abroad. Because here's the example. When I did a recent certification, I think it was in 2022, I just did a certification in digital marketing because I wanted to see what I have. So I love professional development. I'm one of these professional development lovers. And I'm always trying to see, is there anything else in digital marketing, which, by the way, changes every 4 months or so, or less, that I need to keep in mind, as I'm thinking of strategies for my clients. And so at that time was, AI was coming about. And a lot of my classmates, of that boot camp, if you will, they decided, oh, well, that's kind of far off. I don't really get it. I don't really think. But when my instructor talked about it, and he talked about it not during the curriculum of the actual class, but on a separate conversation. He sort of was, we're just having a casual conversation, after class or something. And when he mentioned that, I said, hello, here comes something interesting. I've got to be on the forefront of that and see how it can help my workflow. And there it is. If you just keep your mind open, if you keep your ears open, your eyes open, and you just sort of say, here comes something interesting. Let me see what it's doing now. And don't be afraid to try it. Just try it and see. Wow. It could open up a whole world for you. And of course, that is what AI did for me in terms of and immediately I gained a work partner. So that it lightened my load just a little bit. Now, when I had to do research or something to that effect, of course, the work that I do, I'd like to keep my creative work original. And, but I mean, in terms of at least finding out some data, getting some of my keywords, all of that, which used to take just a lot of time. But anyway, so that's it. It's just, if you can just keep that mind open, it will make it immediately lighten your load, because so many different ideas are coming through. And of course, you'll have to choose. But the idea is at least that you'll see them. Some people get very tunnel vision and they just, okay, well, this is the way we've always done it. This is the way it's always happened. We've always been successful like this. But you could be even more successful if you thought about it in a slightly different angle. And so that has helped a lot of my clients and students.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. Yeah. And just being open-minded, like the worst thing that could happen is that you learn something new. And for me, learning is always gaining something.
Yeah,
so
it's a gift. It's a gift.
Yeah, it's a gift. So you're not even losing anything. So for anybody that is watching, if you want to start your business, if you want to scale your business, or if you just simply want to try a new idea, so I really encourage you to think about Jackie's example, just being open-minded and just follow the flow of the river. Jackie, I'm going to steal that. I'm telling you right now.
Do it. Do it. Yeah, because you know what happens if you don't follow the flow of the river?
Yes.
You'll land on the side, of the bank, and you will become stagnant and you won't be able to move. So you've got to go with the flow a little bit so that because life anyway has its ebbs and flows. And, over time you get to your destination, especially in this country, a country of opportunities, where if you work hard, you pretty much can achieve what you set your mind to.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You only have to keep rowing. If you keep rowing the river, you're going to get there.
Exactly. I like that. Me encantó.
Jackie, this has been amazing. I really love your vibe, your energy. She's just full of like smiles, and it just makes your day so much nicer. So anybody that is looking for a trainer, a consultant, or somebody just to really, I saw how many people were able to create their dream, like make their dream come true, as Jackie was helping them with their marketing solutions. And it was just so inspiring to see them coming, because I was a business consultant. So my job was just to kind of get them in, welcome in, kind of understand what their business was about and guide them to connect them with the right provider. And many times I connected them with Jackie, and then just seeing how after meeting with her, they had a clear idea of how they wanted to promote their business, how they wanted to present it. And it was very inspiring, like I said at the beginning, for me to also follow the marketing journey. So I know that everybody wants to connect with you. So how can they do that, Jackie?
Great. So I have a Facebook page. I'm doing a new little wave with my website right now, but on Facebook, you can find me as JCN Marketing Solutions. And I'd be very happy to talk with you about anything you might need. Absolutely. Happy to assist.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
And
Well,
also on LinkedIn, by the way, on LinkedIn.
Okay.
Yep. Jackie. Yeah. I'm under JCN Marketing Solutions or Jackie Calle Nguyenphu.
Nguyenphu.
Yeah, that's the Vietnamese part of me. Vietnamese.
Oh my goodness, I love it. Bolivian, Costa Rican, Vietnamese. We were talking behind the scenes, and she has this beautiful Mexican accent too, because she's been working a lot with Mexico. So she's just a pleasure to hear, either in Spanish or in English. So
Muchas
you inspired me
gracias.
also to improve my English.
We're always improving all of our languages, trust me.
Yes.
Always. But thank you so much. No, this has been a pleasure, truly, to have been here with you, Alina. I've had the best experience in working with you in the past. And I know that your students and your followers are very lucky to be following someone with such a, just a great heart and soul, first of all, one that cares about others. And, you and I over the years worked, in helping others achieve their dreams. That is it. But on solid footing as much as possible, reducing the risk and, achieving the dream and reducing the risk at the same time, so that you enter with more confidence and possibilities of success.
Absolutely. Jackie, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I want to remind you about Women Who Market. We are an e-learning community, and we help women connect with the most important market there's ever been, which is the market of you. So like Jackie mentioned, we have the AAA system and different programs to really help you gain that confidence in yourself so you can go and shine and achieve your dreams. I also want to remind you about the Dare to Start challenge. It's very simple. You tell us the idea that you have. We give you a quick marketing lesson on how to develop that idea so that you dare to start and give that first step. The link is also here below. Again, thank you, Jackie. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you in the next interview. Bye.